Welcome back, everyone, to Montgomery County's Engage at Home, brought to you by the county's Caregiver Support Program. Today we have a special guest, Stuart Rosenthal, who is the editor and publisher with the Beacon newspapers. I'd like to introduce Stuart and ask him to tell us all about his wonderful newspaper. Welcome, Stuart.
Thank you, Lily. It's a pleasure to be here, and I think wonderful things about your Engage at Home channel and all the things you're doing with it. It's great. So the Beacon newspaper is the area's only free monthly publication geared to people over the age of 50. We have been publishing it, my wife and I as the we, for 32 years. We were just babies when we started. And it's been a wonderful experience for us all this time because we've got to know the community and what the needs are and try to make information available to people in the best possible way. So what we do is our paper is printed every month. It's distributed more than 100,000 copies to more than 1,500 distribution sites throughout the metropolitan area. Of course, that used to be easier to say because we used to be in all the libraries and the senior centers, excuse me, and now those are all closed. So at the moment, we're in fewer places, but we're in as many possible grocery stores and pharmacies as we can get into so that people can find them when they do go out to shop. And of course, we're also online, and you can also subscribe and have them mailed to you. But let me tell you something about the paper, I guess, for those who aren't familiar with it. We call it newspaper because it's printed on newsprint, but it's really a feature paper, more like a magazine. So we have various sections. We have our fitness and health section, which is our largest single section with all kinds of information about wellness and exercise and the latest developments in science and research, along with health studies that are being done in the area that are looking for older adults to participate. We have a technology section, which addresses what's the latest in technology, especially for older adults, and how to make the most of that. Our law and money section is also a very powerful section, very well read, which talks about not outliving your money, investments, Social Security and Medicare, all the things people need to know about on the financial side. And then for fun, we have a travel section, we have arts, and every quarter we have a housing options pull-out section, which talks about aging in place, staying in your home, and then other housing options in terms of retirement communities that you might go to and how to select one. So we have lots of different subjects that we address every month, and we try to make them as newsworthy as possible, but it's not news. It's really important features that people need to know.
And that's a great description. I really like picking up the Beacon, and I'm going to talk a little bit later about how people can get it online, like you said. But how you described it is exactly how it is. It's like a magazine where all of the stories are written by terrific writers, well researched, and they're talking in a voice that makes everything so appealing and engaging. And I think that's one of the things that makes the Beacon so important, is that it's relevant to this 50 plus age demographic.
I'm glad you like it. Thank you very much. It's high praise from you.
Thank you. And I'll double back now. So we know there's a lot of folk who may not be getting out and about, and they may miss picking up the hard copy of the Beacon. The digital version is incredible because one of the things that's really nice about the digital version is the color of those photos really pop.
Thank you. Yes, that's a wonderful thing about computers. So you can go to thebeaconnewspapers.com. Just be sure to put the S on the end of newspapers because we have 4 different editions. In addition to the Greater Metropolitan Washington edition, we have a Baltimore edition, a Howard County edition, and a Richmond edition. So go for the Greater Washington one for this area. And then you can go to that website, and there's several ways you can read the stories. First of all, across the top of the page, you'll see all the different section headers I mentioned. Technology, law and money, travel and arts, and health, all those things. You can click on one of those, and then just scroll through all the stories. They're in order by issue. But if you want to see it in the flip version where it looks like a newspaper, you can see all the ads, you can turn the pages. All you have to do is scroll down a little bit from that home page till you get to a picture of our cover page and click on the cover page, and that'll take you right to the flip version, and then you can just read it like a newspaper in that way.
Yeah, and with, our iPads, our smart readers, our computers, it's a really nice way of engaging with it. So I congratulate you always, because I find that I learn a lot. And I think in this time of COVID, what is really nice for folk who are really committed to staying at home and healthy is that they will be able to keep up to date, like you said, up to date with some of the most important research, activities, newsworthy stories that are pertinent to our area.
Thank you. That's what we aim for every month.
Yeah, very good. So we have readers from all over. Not everyone lives in Montgomery County. So I'm glad that you mentioned that people who live in this broader region, all the way down to Richmond, all the way up to Baltimore, they too can read their local copy. And let's be honest, there may be people who are watching this who just want to read it anyway, so that's fun. Or they may know people in this area. So yeah, if you're watching this and you know someone who would benefit from keeping up to date, please make sure that you share this information with them. So, COVID has impacted all of us, and a lot of well-laid plans are being changed. And I know that the Beacon has many amazing activities that you either sponsor or you are active with throughout the year. Please tell our audience about maybe how you have had to adapt for one of your major events this year.
Sure. Well, for 20 years, we have had a 50 plus expo in the metropolitan area. In fact, we've had one in Maryland and one in Northern Virginia every year. And they've been wonderful events. We get more than 1,000 people at each event. We have speakers, we have all the exhibitors, we get flu shots. There's a lot of entertainment. There's things going on all day long. It's always a lot of fun. But it's over in 4 hours. It's noon to 4 and then we're done. So this year, obviously, we can't fit 1,000 people into one place for even, it's not healthy, it can't be done. So we're keeping people safe. And for the first time, we're going to have a virtual, online 50 Plus Expo. But because it's online, we've discovered that it opens up so many more possibilities to us than we've ever had before. When we have our expos, usually at the volunteer center or at the shopping malls, we can only have 1 or 2 speakers, we only have 1 or 2 classes. Online, we can have 20 speakers, 20 classes, 20 entertainers. We can go all out. So that is what we're doing. We are pulling together resources from all kinds of places, from the County Office on Aging, from Baltimore Office on Aging, from all other kinds of resources from different villages in the area. And we're going to have stand-up comics, and we're going to have music, and we're going to have multiple classes and multiple speakers. And all you have to do is go to the website, which I'll mention in a minute, and you'll see there are 4 areas of the display. There's the classes, there's the speakers, there's the entertainers, and then there's the exhibit hall where you can see all of our exhibitors. And there we're going to have, by topic area, all the different kinds of nonprofit organizations and government agencies and businesses that are supplying products and services of interest to older adults and their families. And you can just click on them, and they'll have their own landing page where you can read about what they do, you can see pictures, you can see their own videos, and then you can contact them. You can go right to their website, you can send them an email, you can call them up right from there. So it'll be so convenient that what we decided to do is keep this thing on for 3 months. So this year's expo is 3 months long, from November 1 till the end of January. You can come back to this website and see the classes and the speakers and entertainers that you didn't have time to the last time you went. And some other change comes up, you decide you need another service, so you go, I have to go back. But then they have something about a podiatrist, and you go and you look up and you can find them. So I think it'll be, honestly, more helpful and useful than some of our regular expos, except you can't get a flu shot.
Yeah. Wow. And I know how you put together your expos. They are incredibly well run. And like you said, it's expo, it's cabaret, it's community engagement, it's everything rolled into one. So to be able to have that for 3 months, that's something that people could go and visit every day and find something new.
That's the hope. Yes.
So, I will make sure that I put the link to the expo on and the Beacon newspapers on our description for Engage at Home. But you also said that there is you can actually tell people now what that web link is.
Right. What I suggest people do, if they know what a bit.ly is, which is a condensed web address, bit.ly is a bit.ly, then /, and you type lowercase b for Beacon, BEACON 50 Expo. you spell out Beacon 50 Expo, and then from there you can register online to get reminders. And then we will send you information about the upcoming expo and tell you how to link directly to it and that kind of thing. So that's the best thing to do right now.
Perfect. And I will have all of this in the description with this episode, so it's easy for people to register and learn more about it. What was the date that you said that the expo will go live?
Sunday, November 1st at noon.
Excellent. So this is going to take us all the way through Thanksgiving into the new year.
Absolutely, through January 31st.
Oh, this is just what we needed. We needed something to make things better.
Right. And we'll have door prizes every week as well. So when you come back, you can be entered into a prize each time.
Oh, you've really thought this through. This is fantastic.
A lot of time on it, yes.
Yeah. Stuart, you have also been active probably in a little bit more of a practical now way in relation to COVID. And I understand that you did a survey of your readers to really get a sense about what's happening in their lives. What have you learned?
It was fascinating, yes. I mean, I had no idea what to expect. You know, we've done surveys for years, of course, and we get a few hundred surveys. But here in the middle of this terrible crisis, people can't get out. Are they picking up the paper at all? Are they able to see it? Who knows? So in April and May, we ran a survey saying, tell us what COVID is doing to you and how you've been affected by it. We got more than 550 surveys back.
Wow.
I was astounded. And people were very open with what they had to tell us and with comments and such. It was really very powerful. So a few things that I thought I would point out, I thought was very exciting. Of the 550 some odd responses, 350 of them said they had started using technology in a new way because of COVID, because of this pandemic. And significantly, nearly 2/3 of those people had started using video chat like Zoom, like we're using right now, for the first time. Half of them had begun using social media to communicate with people. And 1/3 had started using streaming video and given a try to telemedicine. These are all great, important things that have been out there that have not really made strong inroads in the older community. And now, ironically, because of this terrible pandemic, boom, we've made huge progress in getting people online and available to take advantage of these things, which I think is phenomenal.
That is amazing. And you must have been really affected by having over 550 people. That's impressive.
Blown away. Yeah. Really.
Yeah, that's amazing. And are you doing a story on that in the paper?
Well, I made it my column, actually. I wrote my Fun Publisher column about it back in it was our August issue. So, yeah.
Excellent. Good. So we're near the end of the interview. I wanted to just recap what we've talked about. We've introduced people, if they didn't know, to the Beacon newspapers, and that this is a DMV, but goes all the way down to Richmond and all the way up to Baltimore. It's 50+ audience, and it has topics, great writing, and really informative. And then it's also available online, so it doesn't matter if people can't go and pick it up. This expo is amazing. I'd have to say that I am really looking forward to doing this, and I'll actually do a feature story on your expo because this sounds just spectacular.
We're very excited. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So I want to thank you. It's been a great interview. I really appreciate you taking the time, and I wish you and your loved ones well.
Same to you and yours.
Thank you.
So much.
So this is Engage at Home, brought to you by Montgomery County's Caregiver Support Program. Be well and stay calm.